Good morning, fellow members of the Philippine Home-based Virtual Assistants FB community. As promised, I have invited a very special guest for all of you guys, and I hope you're going to join us today. Let's talk about our health. I know a lot of us is very stressed already in our daily lives, adding to the fact that we're working from home as well. Even a lot of people think that whenever you're working from home, you're not stressed at all. That's not true. So let's just face the reality and facts here. I have invited someone who can help us understand how we can live a stress-free life even if you're working from home. And I think a lot of you will really get more insights from this interview. This is not about working from home alone, but we have to think of our health, especially for our families. If you're doing your job for your family, then you have to be healthy. Okay, let me introduce to you our guest for today, guys. He is the medical director and co-founder of Philippine Natural Telehealth, and he is also the co-managing partner of he's an integrative medicine practitioner of Centro Holistico. I've met him, and he's a doctor of my daughter and yours truly. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Dr. Ryan Dalman. Good morning, Doc.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Dolores. Good morning, everyone, all the listeners. It's a
Yes.
pleasure to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
Well, the pleasure is all mine too, Doc. Thank you so much for accommodating my invitation because I
Sure.
know how busy you are. And the reason why I have you here today, or I invited you here, because when I first met you, I told you that we are working from home, right? So a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
think that when we're working from home, we doesn't handle stress anymore because we don't have to
Mm-hmm.
commute to and fro our office. But then again, most of us work, our schedule is also at night. Like my daughter, she works at night, and you've seen her already. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the reason why I want to take part of, I want to have someone like you. For our members to also understand how health is very important for us. Health is wealth, like what they say. So we
Of
have here
course.
someone saying good morning, Joy. Thank you for joining us. And
Hi, Joy.
yes, we have questions for Doc Ryan. If you have comments or questions, please write it down in the comment box, and I will try to read it for you. And right, we are going to. I'm just looking at my Facebook feed right now because I can't see the comments. Kindly hold on, guys. Just want to make sure that I can see your comments. As you all know, we're using StreamYard, so sometimes I couldn't see what the questions are coming. Why. Okay, anyways. So, Doc, I have a few questions for you, and I know you know this. I'll start asking you a question. But before anything, Doc, you might want to say something prior to me asking you questions. You might want to say a little bit of a background of yourself if you want.
Okay. I'm a doctor. Yes, my specialty is
Obviously.
integrative medicine. Integrative medicine is not very popular in the Philippines as of yet. Hopefully, it gains traction. Well, when we started our clinic, Centro Holistico, that was 2014. I think we entered the industry the perfect time because that was when the wellness awareness was at its peak, and it's continuously rising. Now, all 6 years into it, going 6 years, I'm sorry, we've opened three
Wow.
branches already. So I think we've really changed the lives of our patients. Before we started as four doctors, now we have 15, and yeah, we're growing slowly but surely. The dream is hopefully more and more people, especially our fellow doctors from different subspecialties, to at the very least accept the practice, not necessarily agree to it, because this is very controversial for a lot of doctors. But
I
we've
know.
been gaining, we've been having partner obstetricians, even oncologists, some
Oh, that's
cardiologists, and
good. That's good.
different surgeons. So yeah, so if actually the topic of integrative medicine, that's a whole topic in itself. So
I know.
maybe
I
we can
know.
discuss that at a different time. We have a different
Surely.
agenda today. Yeah.
Yeah, surely that would be something that we would look forward to. The reason again why I invited Dr. Ryan here because of the fact that some of us, especially now the NCOV thing, we just have to
Yes.
understand how to really take care of ourselves, no? So I'll ask questions to Dr. Ryan. If you have questions again, please write it down. I am just seeing some of the comments. They're saying, hi, watching from Taal, Batangas. This is Norichelle. And Miss Marie
Oh,
Mascarina
wow.
said, good morning, Dr. Ryan and Miss
Good morning.
Tiny. Ray Jean, good morning, ma'am and sir. Good morning po. So we have some of them saying hi's in their comments. So
Mhm.
now my first question to Dr. Ryan is, Doc, what do you think we should do as home-based professionals to have a healthy lifestyle, especially for those who work at the graveyard shift?
Okay. Being working from home and working at the graveyard shift. These are two things, two different things that we should tackle. First is working from home. A lot of people, at least from the people who work at an office, they dream about working home. But they don't know you have. I'm sure all of the listeners here, you're in the same profession. You all work from home. You know that that's a different type of struggle, right?
Yeah,
The fact of the matter is, you stay in your room or in your place. That means you're not moving, right? When you wake up in the morning, uh,
perfectamento.
when you wake up in the morning, maybe you have a desk with a nice background already, and most probably you just wear a nice top and brush your hair, and that's it, right? And then you're there the whole day. And then I've encountered some of my patients with the same line of work after doing their work like that. Their other type of work is still from home, IT stuff, with deliverables. So they stay at home. There, so you spend several hours in your chair. Comparing it to people who does that as well, pero sila they travel to places. At the very least, they walk about 2,000 3,000 steps. Dito wala talaga. So that's
There's
the main
movement.
problem. There's movement. Yes. So that's the main problem of working from home. The other one, so we're talking about problems first. Okay, problems
Yes, yes,
that I
certainly.
see. The next one is a graveyard shift. Working in a graveyard shift, the main problem there is that you're not getting proper sleep afterwards. Even if because graveyard shift, you end your work in the morning. Even if you sleep in the morning, you don't get that. You don't feel recharged. Do I get an amen? Yes,
Uh,
yes.
probably, probably yes, because Joy Belmonte says here, agree, Doc.
Yeah, because the main reason there is that when we sleep, the one that makes us sleep is melatonin.
Yeah,
And melatonin is being released in our brains depends on your eyes exposure to light and dark.
yeah.
So that means naturally, when it's nighttime, it becomes dark. You slowly release melatonin in your brain. That's when you start feeling groggy and sleepy. Now, when you start to
Mhm.
sleep, melatonin release peaks. Okay, so it's really the light and dark cycle. Now, most of the people who's on graveyard shifts, they don't know about this. So they feel that, okay, I must sleep. I usually sleep for 10 hours, 9, 10 hours, but I still feel sluggish. Even if you sleep 9 or 10 hours during the day, but you did not mimic nighttime sleep, the melatonin surge in your brain won't be as high. Now, siguro, simply put it, melatonin causes a cascade of events. And so you would release several other hormones that would sort of recharge you. So imagine you resting but not feeling recharged. So that's what's happening to people who work in graveyard shifts. So the question earlier, how to be healthy? Okay, maybe let me just focus on one or two for each
Okay,
because
go ahead,
there's
Doc.
yeah one or two advice if I can give for each because there are several ways you can do it. All right, first for the working at home, for the non-movement. So what do I advise? Move, right? Move. It's not
Get
a,
out
it's
of
not
your
an
chair.
excuse. Yes, you don't need much space to actually move. You just
Exactly.
have to start moving.
Yep.
I saw a documentary before, very very powerful documentary. I think a 700 pound guy, 700 pounds. Imagine work from
Yeah,
home
yes.
and doesn't move. Okay, same again. Doesn't work from home like you guys. But I'm sure there's no one here 700 pounds. Not very common in our country.
Yeah, yeah,
Usually it's a
yeah.
but he's an
In the
American.
States. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so again, works from home. So always in front of a computer. Somehow came across a bodybuilding site, a blog. So he keeps on commenting about like how he envies other people's bodies, stuff like that. And then people started giving him advice on how he can, and started motivating him to start moving.
Motivating him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since he was 700 pounds, it's hard for him to even walk. So one of the advice
Yes,
given
that's
to
what we're
him, which
thinking.
was a very helpful. Uh, Someone told him, "Why don't you flap around for 15 minutes?" So what do I mean flap around? Like this, like that, literally flapping around for
Really?
10 to 15 minutes a day. So imagine 700 pound person with not moving at all starts to flap around for 10 to 15 minutes. Started sweating.
On a daily
So
basis.
on a daily basis, yes. So he
Oh
started
my.
from that type of movement to
We
walking to
should
and
all be
from
doing
the
that.
to walking to and from his desk into the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he started losing some more weight, started doing walking outside, biking like that. So again, my advice for people stay at home, working, stays there the whole day. Start
Yeah.
to
I
move.
actually
Yeah.
took your advice, Doc. Remember when we first
Mm-hmm.
when we went to your clinic, me and my daughter visited this clinic and had our our health test for a while, and we did live blood
Mm-hmm.
analysis as well. So we are taking that advice and literally we're doing it. Me and
You're
my
moving.
daughter. Yeah.
I'm
So
glad.
in the
I'm glad that you're doing
morning.
it.
Yeah, it takes it takes a lot of courage also to do this, no? Because
Correct.
I used to be dancing when I was younger, so I told my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
think it will not be difficult. But then again, sometimes the responsibilities or the chores that you have, it stops us. So you really have to discipline yourself. I think that's the key word, discipline, no? So if
Yes.
not,
Yes.
we will be stuck in our chairs. I just want to read this comment. I don't want to miss it.
Okay.
Hi, good morning, Doc.
Good
I work
morning.
from home and
Mm-hmm.
spends 10 hours sitting. Sometimes I feel pain on both my hamstrings. Is this something I should worry about? Any advice you can give? What I usually do is elevate my legs, but it seems sometimes do not help.
Okay.
I
When you
think
feel
it is.
symptoms on your legs, um, most probably it's because of circulation.
Yeah.
So yes, circulation, blood circulation, because you're seated. It's just like you're in a
It's
long
not
flight, right?
rotating. Yes. It's
Yeah, in a long
yes.
flight. So what should you do? You should stretch regularly. Your legs, you should stretch it. If it's not the
You can
circulation, most
stand up.
yeah, if it's not the circulation, there might be a problem with your back, with your spine. That's just
Mm-hmm.
two most common pain problems when you work in front of a computer the whole day. Is that you have low back pain and neck pain, either of the two.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then
Cervical, right?
yeah, cervical spondylosis. If you have low
Yeah.
back pain naman, sometimes it progresses into sciatica. Sciatica is when
I
the
had
sciatic
that.
nerve, yeah, sciatic nerve is impinged because you're seated for long hours. Now, of course, it's hard for me to show you like how to stretch. You know, you can use YouTube. You're in front of a computer. You have
Yes.
internet. YouTube can be your friend. So you can search YouTube stretching for low back pain, or stretching for sciatica, or stretching for neck pain.
Yes. Yes.
If
Certainly.
you actually do yoga, I yoga is even better because they teach you how to breathe. Me
Yeah. And it's a
personally,
meditational, right?
yes. Personally, I that's what I search for. I search for yoga for low back pain, something like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think, Doc, to add to that, people who are working from home, we tend to forget the meaning of our health. No, let's not do that,
Mm.
guys. Even if we're working from home, we should also be prioritizing our health. It doesn't mean that we're here and we have to sit the whole day. The mere fact that we're at home, we can really freely move. Why are we not moving, guys? Well, there's no rule that we can't move, or we do not have to move. So again, I think it's just discipline. So let's discipline ourselves, put it in our calendar, in our schedule to include at least 15 to 20 minutes stretching in the morning
Yes.
before we start. So this is not kind of difficult. Once you really just have to condition yourself. I think that's just one
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Conditioning is
and I
something.
tell my patients, if you have zero exercise or zero movement, you are in the perfect place right now. I told you that, right? You're in a
Yeah.
perfect place right now because from nothing to something, that's already a big
Yeah.
step. Imagine my
Exactly.
example earlier, the 700-pound guy. From
Yeah.
nothing to flapping around, that's a big step. Okay,
Exactly.
so
And I
and it
think a lot
starts
of
slow.
crazy people here can do that. We
Yeah,
go crazy sometimes. Yes,
start slow.
exactly.
Start slow.
Yeah.
Start slow. Start with
We
brisk walking or whatever, stretching. You start with
if
that.
you're not joining a beauty pageant, then there's no rush for you to really lose weight a lot. But for our health, for health
Mm,
reasons, we don't want to get sick. So please start moving around while you're probably before starting the work. You know, it's hard when you've already flip your laptop and start working. It's kind of hard to disengage yourself. So that's the thing that I do. I start my routine first before I sit down. So at least if I
mhm.
sit the whole day, I know I've done something for myself already. So you start doing it already, guys. Start conditioning yourself prior to doing it because it's very important. You're
Actually,
conditioned.
can I have a small
Sure,
experiment? Like, do we
sure,
have several
sure.
listeners right now? Do we have
Yeah,
a
we
couple of
have
listeners
about
right now?
sometimes it's telling me it's 38, but there's 100 already. So
Okay,
Facebook is not giving
so
us the actual number.
that's fine. That's fine. Even if there's only three or two or even one, okay.
We
Let
have
me just ask
38
you to do
today.
yeah, let me just ask you to do one simple thing, okay? And let's do it together. Okay, are you up for it? Why don't we try to stand up? Or just
Okay,
now, stand
guys.
up. One, two, three,
Am I
stand.
included?
You're included, of course. One, two, three, stand
Okay.
up. Stand up.
Woo!
Then sit down. And then you stand up.
Again?
Stand up. Yes. Sit down.
There,
Let's do it
guys.
three
Go
more times.
ahead.
Stand up. Sit
You
down.
can do this, guys.
Last
Do it with
two.
us.
Stand up.
Raise your
Sit.
hands, whoever is doing it with us.
And last time. Stand up
Last one.
and sit down. That's it.
Perfect.
That's a very, very basic sit. Squats. That's a basic squat.
Yeah, simple.
For
And
those who followed it, congratulations.
yeah,
You
raise
did
your
some
hands,
movement today.
guys. I'm
Yes.
viewing it from my mobile, so I would see who does it. Raise your hands if you did not. Oh, come on. What's stopping you to do it? Anyways, thank you, Doc.
Okay.
If I may ask and add to the last part you've
Mhm,
mentioned regarding sleeping,
mhm.
will it be a good advice from you, especially to mimic the night thing, to close
Yes,
curtains and
actually, that's my basic advice for sleep. If you sleep during the day, you really have to mimic nighttime sleep. So, what does nighttime sleep mean? Pitch black darkness and total silence. So, if
okay.
you don't have the funds to buy a night out curtain, you can just get those what do you call it, the
Yeah,
light
yes,
shade,
the
something that we use to
yes,
sleep, the one to cover the
for
eyes.
sleeping. Exactly.
Yes, and
That's
get earplugs.
yeah.
Get
I think that
earplugs.
is
That's
great because my daughter does it.
mhm.
She has to mimic. Well, our house is very dark because we
Okay.
are
Okay.
we don't want too much light inside the house.
Hmm.
We have here one question, Doc. I was a
Hmm.
chain smoker. This is from me, Shell. I was a chain
Okay.
smoker before and switched to vaping just to
Okay.
really stress. Is the
Okay.
chemical harm equivalent? I work 10 to 13 hours a day.
Oh wow. Okay.
What do you
So
think?
first, let me congratulate you because you are already trying to quit smoking. And I believe you had, right? Is that correct? You stopped
I
smoking,
was a
now
chain
you're into vaping.
smoker before and switched to
To
vaping.
vaping. So
Yeah.
congratulations that you were able to stop smoking. So that's a very, very important milestone. Now, when it comes to vaping, and vaping is vapor, right? There's the other one with heat. There are several brands, the ICOS or I forgot the other brand. But anyway,
I don't know
that
anything of that.
they use heat. Yeah, because yeah, I get several patients. I have friends who do that also. Now, study wise, vaping is actually uh, the medical society can't back up vaping because safety wise, a lot of studies slowly popping up that if you vape, you have lung changes, interstitial changes, or the lung tissue starts to change. What that change is, we still don't know, because that's how studies are done before medical societies give certain advices. They have to have enough studies. Vaping is still new, only several years into it, so the study is still ongoing. Is it safe? Is it not? Is it not safe? We still don't know. We've yet to
Oh,
find out.
really?
You know,
So you
1930s.
cannot say it's safe and you cannot say it is not safe.
Yes. So we still don't know. All I know is
But
that I
but as
hats
a
off to you
doctor,
that
what do
you're
you
able to
think?
stop smoking. I'm sorry.
As a doctor, what do you think? Would you advise for this person to totally stop it or what? Because she was able, I think she's a she. Yeah, she
Hmm.
was able to remove smoking or to stop smoking.
Yes,
Why not
it's still a
totally
big
do
it's still
it?
a big thing. It's still a big thing that you stop smoking.
Yeah.
It's a good step, but I would still advise that you slowly wean yourself off from vaping as well.
Yeah. I hope
I'm
Michelle you
very
heard
familiar.
that.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that because I know that smoking there's an oral sensation,
Yeah.
that your smokers are looking for. At the same time, the nicotine part. Nicotine
It's
is like
addicting.
it has the same effect as caffeine. So that's
Oh
why if
yes, yes.
you're addicted to smoking, for people who are addicted to drinking coffee, it's the same. So when you're not drinking coffee, your brain is looking for it. So it's really hard. I understand, but I suggest that if you can try to win from it slowly, then please do.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Please do.
Michelle, please take note of that. I hope you will do some action about it. You're starting to work it out. Why not do
Mhm.
it gradually and win for it? I mean, totally
Yes,
no
yes.
smoking at all. All
Gradually and
right.
correctly. Yes.
We just have hands up here. Hands up, or I mean, they raised their hands when we did the exercise. We have
Oh,
Marie
that's great.
Mascarina, Joy Belmonte. I love it. My muscle said thank you, doc. Okay, that's good.
So if you already felt sore thighs after doing that, it means that you're really out of shape. You really have to move.
Oh
It's
my
just five
goodness, for that
repetitions.
few movements
Yeah.
now you already felt it. We
Yes,
have here
especially
one quest.
if you have difficulty breathing when you do that, it means that you
Yeah,
really
exactly.
yeah. Okay,
So
sorry. Go ahead.
simple move, but it gave us a big impact already for it. If you have felt
Yes.
something,
Yeah.
then it's telling us something also. Okay, your body,
Yes.
you know your body well. We have a
Yes.
question here from Juan Mateo is stoic. Sorry if I did not read it correctly. Please let just
Mhm.
correct me. Is it okay
Mhm.
to do exercises, i.e., cardio and weightlifting after a graveyard shift, doc?
In general, if you want to do any certain type of exercise, it's best that you see a doctor first. That because of course I don't know your profile, your age, your
Yeah,
history, so better have yourself checked by a doctor first. All right. But let's say you
yeah,
are perfectly you had yourself checked, everything is okay. Everything is when I say okay, blood tests are okay. All of the imaging diagnostics are okay. All right, meaning you're perfectly healthy. You just don't exercise. So if the
yeah.
question says, let's say the person is perfectly healthy, and then you want to exercise after graveyard shift, no problem,
Okay.
no
I
problem.
hope you got that one, Mateo. That's for you. Now we'll jump again to the questions that we have for Dr. Ryan. Number two, Doctor,
Mhm.
how can we have a good immune system?
Just maybe to make it simple, because again, when I was reading the questions, all of these questions can be one topic for a whole vidcast or a podcast or a whole interview, right? So
Yeah,
I'll just give a couple of advice per. Hopefully, we get to tackle everything. But
sure.
yeah, good immune system. Start with the basics. One is you need to eat real food. It seems
Again, let's
simple, right?
emphasize on
You,
that. Real food, guys. Listen
yes,
to this, and you would
yeah.
realize that we're not actually eating the real food.
Yes, if you don't notice it, like especially if the Filipino diet is very unhealthy. When
Yeah,
I say real and nutritious food at that, like, when I say real food, we're talking about chicken and not chicken nuggets. We're talking about beef and not corned beef. We're talking about
yep,
even pork. You can eat pork barbecue and not pork longanisa. Okay,
yeah,
so eat real food. Okay, nutritious. And what do you mean nutritious food? No, well balanced diet. You have to have carbs in the diet. You have to have protein in the diet. You have to have fat in the diet. So very very basic. If I can just illustrate, I have a small. I'll show you guys. Okay.
feel free, doc.
Okay.
You know,
So
you
can you
will
see
be
this?
surprised how simple things can really create a very big impact in our lives. Okay, you're showing
Yes.
something, Doc.
Okay, you see this one. Okay. At this part here, this let's say this is your plate. Okay, this is your plate.
All right.
This part here should be composed of your protein source. So this
Okay.
protein source, it can be any type of animal type of protein, meaning pork, beef, chicken, turkey, or seafood, or even
Fish or
plant-based,
something. Yeah,
tofu,
yeah.
beans. So this is the protein part. This one should be the grains part. Grains. You can put
Yeah.
your rice there. You can put your adlai, brown rice, quinoa. And this big part here, half of your plate, should be fruits and
Veggies.
vegetables.
Yay!
Yes, fruits and vegetables. Okay, so very, very
I'm
simple,
happy
no? But
because we're doing it already. You have to do it also, guys.
yes, every time I give diet advice and lifestyle advice to my patients, I like to to take it slow, one
Yeah, sure.
small step at a time. Because the problem nowadays is that people are doing a lot of fad diets. Let's say they jump into intermittent fasting right away. They jump into ketogenic fasting right away, or
Not
the old
understanding
school.
it.
Yes, the old school diet. They just eat kamote and drink water. You know that kamote
Yeah.
diet? Have you tried that in the
Yeah,
past?
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
I
a very big
did.
thing before. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's really easy to lose weight. You do those stuff, you're gonna lose weight, but it's not very sustainable.
True.
That's why I want slowly but surely, and I always start with the most basic. Eat real food. Clean your
Yes.
fridge. So that's one.
We
Number
did
one.
that,
Eat real.
guys. We did that.
Yeah. It seems simple, but it's really hard if you're not
Yes, it is. It is
used to it.
hard,
Kasi
Doc.
like if you're at home, you
Embedded
have
ka
work.
na eh.
Yes. It's easy kasi to cook eh. It's easy to cook
Yeah,
delata. Di ba? It's baka
correct.
microwave na lang eh.
Yeah, it's so
Being healthy,
fast.
it's not as easy it's not very simple nowadays. Before it was really simple because that's the only way how people that's the
Eat.
only way how people eat. Yes, but
Yeah.
nowadays there's so many fast food and stuff. So
Everything
that's
is
number
so
eight.
fast. Fast food, everything is
Yeah,
just fast and quick.
correct.
Let's not make this as an excuse because at the end of the day, it's our health that gets affected, and we don't want to die young. So with God's help, we have to
Yes,
improve something. It starts from within and going
correct.
out.
I agree.
Doc, I've mentioned this during my life. I said I had a checkup in your clinic. We had a checkup in your from your clinic, and I told them I came out smiling. You know that feeling? It's really good because we came out from a hospital before to you. You know that my
Mm-hmm,
daughter
mm-hmm.
was already crying. I said, "This is not the kind of what do you call this feeling that you want to have after facing a doctor or talking to a doctor." But when we stepped out Dr. Ryan's clinic from Centro Holistico, my goodness, I was really smiley from ear to ear because I heard and I think these are the things I want to hear for a doctor to tell me. You know what? You can improve this. You can remove this from your medicines. Oh my goodness, this is what I want to do. Not
Mm-hmm.
tell me that this is your lifetime medication. Come on, you can if you're going to compute the amount of from the medicine that you purchase and make that into a good diet, you will just be happy of what you're eating and you can feel it. I can feel it. You know what, the hormones, I think, is making me happy, energetic. It's kind of different, and I would like to say thank you, doctor, for opening my eyes and my daughter's eye for that. So I guess,
Yeah,
guys, you also have to look into that.
okay. So yeah, so that's number one. Eat real
Yep.
nutritious food. Number one. Number two, we mentioned it already. Start to move.
Yes,
Start to
yes,
move.
you did.
And number three, the number one, number two, most of the people know this already. They've started taking steps. But the number three, you need nothing beats good old rest. Good old
Yeah,
rest. When you say rest, it doesn't mean that you're not working, that you're resting. Sometimes, oh, I want to take a vacation because I want to rest. And then when you go
rest.
to that vacation, you're not rested,
It's
right?
stressful. You're stressed out of it.
Stressful, yes. Right, like when you travel, a lot of people, kasi they only have like 5 days vacation, right? So they have late nights and early mornings. That's not rest.
Mm, yeah.
Okay, so when you say good old rest, sleep. Okay, sleep six to
When
eight
you
hours. It's
can.
fine.
Yeah, sleep
Yeah,
when you
sleep
can.
when you can.
Hmm. You
Yeah,
know,
so that's
others kasi,
three basic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the others kasi they're very, since they're young, parang they're abusing their
Mm-hmm.
body. I think that's part of what we're doing as a cycle in our body. We just have to stop
Mm-hmm.
abusing ourselves. We are not
Yes,
a
yes.
machine, guys. We're not machine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Juan Mateo says here, I have an hour lunch break during a graveyard shift, and I am
Okay.
taking that 1 hour to get some sleep. Is it okay to sleep for just an hour on a night shift?
Power naps are always recommended because
Um,
I'm sure you feel that when you have power naps,
yeah, yeah.
it invigorates you, diba? Para it wakes you
Yes.
up, it gives you more energy. But
Yeah.
that's not enough. If you say rest, we're talking about total rest. We're talking about even if you're not asleep, okay? Even if you're awake, you need some time off from everything. My
Yeah.
my father he gives talk in his, he gives he loves to give talk in his community. He mentioned this the nothing box. So the nothing box is a box wherein you go inside and then there's really literally nothing.
Nothing.
So yes, so every so often, maybe you set a time in a day every day that you go to that nothing box. Maybe you sit down, maybe your eyes are open, your eyes are closed. Maybe
Just
you're
do
watching
nothing.
something, maybe you're listening to something, but just do nothing. Don't think about anything. Th- this is the most basic way to meditate.
Unplugging. Huh? I
Unplug.
think,
Yes.
yeah, you unplug
Turn
yourself from
off.
social media,
Yes,
from
turn
your
off your
mobile.
mobile. Yes. Because a lot of people they rest and then they're like that in their mobile phone.
Yes. You know
It's
what?
not
The
fully
scrolling
resting.
thing, the thing that it's scrolling every, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the when you're using your mobile and you're scrolling thing, it's already stressing
Mm-hmm.
your eyes, right, Doc? Because
Yes, yes.
you follow through it, and it's not really good for eyes, for our eyes. So when you are, let's just do the nothing thing.
Yes, go to the
Totally do
nothing box.
nothing. Yeah.
Go to the nothing
I mean,
box. But of
that's
course,
just unplug.
it's a different story if you live in the nothing box. Of course, that's not healthy also. It's just
Yeah.
okay that you have it with you and you go there every
Just
so
to
often.
balance. Yeah, just
Just
to
to balance.
balance it.
Yes, yes.
The lifestyle that we have right now, we create it. So we can
Mm-hmm.
also correct it. So just think
Yes.
about that. There are a lot of things that we are doing that are supposed to be, we're not supposed to do. So let's
Mm-hmm.
just go to the basic. Let's listen to what
Mm-hmm.
others like Dr. Ryan saying, and let's help ourselves to improve it. Nobody else can do it, just you. Right,
Mm-hmm.
Doc?
Yes.
Okay. We have
Correct.
here Juliet Alerta. What vitamin
Hi, Julie.
supplements? I think that's my next question also, Doc. Eh? What vitamin supplements can we take to boost our immune system? Can we take iron supplement and vitamin C? Thank you. That's her question.
I always recommend supplements to all of my patients.
Yeah.
But it's always, again, I always go back to you have to see your doctor first. What specific
Yes.
supplements that's needed for you specifically, because each person is different,
Yes.
right? We don't know if you react to certain medications. But let me just talk about in general. In
Mm-hmm.
general, it's always, or I recommend that for almost all of my patients to start taking a good multivitamin. Okay, a multivitamin is good. And then supplements, cheaper is not always better.
Yeah. You've mentioned
Uh,
that to us, right? You told
yes,
us
because
that.
I get some patients that they say, I don't need supplements. I will just get all the nutrients from my food. But it's a fact that food nowadays they don't contain as much nutrition as uh,
As
as like
before.
before.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw this quote in Wholesome Table, one of the healthy restaurants in BGC. He said that before all of the foods were before there was no such thing as organic
Exactly.
because everything was organic, right?
Exactly.
Before the
Yes.
1950s, siguro, everything was
Yeah.
organic.
But
So
now, a
yes,
lot of
correct.
GMOs are in the store. You don't even know which one
Yes.
is organic and
So
which one is, oh my
yes,
goodness,
I had a patient who's an agriculturist who confirmed this one that the soil, most of the soil nowadays, it
are
doesn't
not
contain as
healthy.
much minerals and nutrients.
Yeah,
So imagine that soil doesn't have enough minerals and nutrients, and then you plant something there, or the trees or plants you grow there. When the plants grow, it doesn't also contain as much nutrients. When the
true.
animals eat that, again, it
Nothing,
lacks
nothing
nutrients,
else.
so they don't
Yes,
grow big. right?
True.
So if the people who eat those animals won't get enough nutrients also. So what do people do now? No? They put a lot of chemicals in the soil to make it, flourish. They put a lot of
Triple the
chemical
size.
antibiotics to them. Yes. They need to give a lot of hormones to these animals to make them bigger. So going back to it's still possible to get all of the nutrients, macro and micronutrients from the food that you're eating. It's just very, very hard nowadays.
Yeah.
So the simplest way of
Unless
going about
unless
it,
we live in the
yeah.
provinces, right? I think that's where
Yes,
we can
yes,
really get those things. But
yes, yeah.
nowadays we just really have to be smart and take note where you're also purchasing your food. There's market. I mean, that's farmers market, right? Sometimes you can still
Mm-hmm.
get quality food there from farmers
Mm.
market.
Yeah, or the weekend markets.
Yeah, weekend market.
Weekend markets. Sometimes they just open weekends, and then the local
Yes,
farmers
yes,
go there, and then
yes.
yeah, everything's organic.
They
That's
sell,
nice.
yeah, exactly. In Makati, I
So
believe there's one.
yes. So you will, supplements now. It's very hard to, if you don't go to a doctor, it's hard to choose because there's so much now going on around there. You
Yeah,
don't know what to believe, right? So my advice is to know what specific supplementation you would need. You need to go see your doctor first. But
exactly.
my
Always
point here is
ask
that you
for
do need.
guidance.
My point here is that everyone should need some supplement. At the very least, a good
Yes,
multivitamin. Yeah.
exactly. And that's leading to our next question. If people
Mm-hmm.
would like to visit you, Doc,
Mm-hmm.
what will they be expecting during the consultation with you?
First, our consults are not your usual consult. It will take about an hour, maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because we really dive into your lifestyle. We ask a lot of questions
Yes.
about what
So you
you're
have to bring your
feeling.
bio data.
Correct, correct. I'm going to ask you about all of the symptoms that you're feeling, your medical history, all of the supplements and medications that you're taking, allergies. We're going to dig deep into your diet, how you eat, what you eat, the amount, and then if you exercise or movement, like that. And then we do this alternative medicine type of diagnostic, the live blood analysis to better see what's happening inside in your blood,
Yeah.
and then we put everything together at the end, and then we will give you advice. You see, it's about an hour, so it's really long because if nowadays, if you go to your doctor, let's say you go to your cardiologist, I'm not saying that these people are wrong. We have different specialties, so that's just their
Yes,
training.
yes.
They give out,
Yes.
they give you their advice, they give their medications. But when it comes to the diet, what do you notice?
Nada.
Hindi,
They don't
hindi naman
explain it.
nada. They
They don't
just tell
explain it
you, okay,
clearly.
they just tell you, okay, you have to stop eating like this, like
Yeah.
that, like that, like that. You have
And
to
no
start moving. Yeah,
explanations.
you have to
Why
you
not
have
to
to
eat
lose weight,
this?
and that's it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. Exactly. I
sasabihin lang
agree with you.
yeah, they'll tell you what not to eat, what to eat more, and that you have to lose weight, and that's it. And then they will give advice on lifestyle for less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes is
Yeah.
already long. But of
It's
course,
the other way
our
around with you guys. I would just if
yeah,
I may interject, it's the
uh,
other way around when I visited Dr. Ryan because we're used to going to doctors. The waiting time is longer than the checking time. But with you, the consultation time is longer than the waiting time. So that's why there's a smile in your face when you get out of the clinic.
yeah, but of course, there's no absolute thing here, right? There are
Yeah.
still
Yes.
some even cardiologists or oncologists who take time to explain these things, right? But from
Exactly.
uh, from my experience growing up, it was really like that. But again, this is our specialty. We are really into preventive medicine, so that's why that we focus on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And
what to
I
expect.
agree on that.
Mhm.
If you go to visit their clinic, which is I will be asking the next one
Sure.
now.
Sure.
If they want to visit you, doc, where can they see you and what time and your schedule? Let them know your schedule.
Yeah, my clinic's name is Centro Holistico. Again, that's Centro Holistico. I'll show you my
CENTRO
prescription
Holistica. There,
pad.
there.
There's my prescription pad. That's Centro
It's a
Holistico.
lovely place,
So
guys.
we have three branches. One in Alabang, Commerce Center Building, Alabang. So Commerce
Yep,
Center Building, that's along Commerce Avenue, corner Philinvest Avenue. It's across
yep.
Acacia Hotel.
Yeah.
The other one where I'm at right now, I'm in our Pasig branch, Centro Holistico, the Grove by Rockwell. So if you're
Okay.
not familiar where the Grove by Rockwell is, it's along northbound C5. It's
Okay.
across Tiendesitas. Okay,
All right.
across
I'm familiar
Tiendesitas.
with that place as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And the
then
next
the
one?
other one is in Quezon City, which just opened last January. It's ABDC building. It's Scout Ralios Corner Scout Tuason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a new building. The restaurant downstairs is a can I mention the name of the restaurant because it's pretty
Sure,
popular.
sure. Feel free. Feel
It's
free.
Dean and DeLuca. So they just opened also last December maybe Dean and DeLuca. Because every time I tell my patients from QC where my
The
clinic is,
landmark.
when I tell them it's a corner of Ralios and Tuas, and they're like, is that where Dean and DeLuca is? So yes, it's very we're
So
the
it's
penthouse
easier.
level there. Yeah, so those are
And
our three
do you
branches.
also go through those the clinics, doc? I mean, if they want to see you, will you be there?
In Alabang, I'm there Tuesdays and Saturdays. In Tuesdays is 10 to 6 and Saturdays 11 to 6. In
Okay.
uh, in Pasig, I'm here at 12 Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays 12 to 6 and Fridays the whole day as well, 10 to 6. In Quezon
Okay.
City this
So,
month, I'm just there once a week, Quezon City.
all right.
Mondays 12 to 4.
Is it far from your where you live?
Yes, it's
That's
far.
why.
Yes, far from where
Ah,
we live.
okay.
That's why most of the partners, because yeah, we are the founders, so we own Centro Holistico, my wife and I and two other doctors. The one in Quezon City, we have new partners there. So we are empowering and training our new partners to help to manage that place. So maybe when
The
they are,
clinic.
because it's really far from us, when they can manage it already, maybe we'll start to really lessen our load from the Quezon City branch.
Yeah. So, guys, you can check out Dr. Ryan Dalman. Please go to their website. They have a website. It's Centro Holistico. Visit it so you can see the schedule. I'm telling you, you will love it. Based on my experience and my daughter's experience, we were smiling when we left. It's different. That's all I can say. It's something that you would want to hear. It's something that you would
Mm-hmm.
want to be motivated with, because at the end of the day, it's about you. No, it's not about the
Mm-hmm.
doctor telling you, buy this because this is your medicine. I don't want medicine,
Correct.
doc. I want something to help me improve my
Mm-hmm.
health the nice way. So again,
Mm-hmm.
visit their website and please check on the schedule that Doc Ryan has mentioned. Now that's there's a bit of a difference now, because I'm going to ask you about telehealth. You've mentioned this to me. Can you please
Mm-hmm.
talk about this? How can we benefit out of this telehealth, and what is it all about?
Okay, so my other I wear several hats.
Yeah.
I
Let's
we I oh
change to a different
yeah,
one.
change a different hat. So my other business and my other passion is into telemedicine.
Mm-hmm.
Our company's name is Philippine Natural Telehealth, or PNT Health.
Age. Yeah.
Yes. Philippine Natural Telehealth is a telemedicine company where we do medical consults via the phone or video. So very, very convenient. The service is you just text the word consult to a certain number, and then the nurse will call you back, patch you on to a doctor, and then after the consult, we will give you e-prescriptions, e-medical
Wow.
certificates, and then e-lab requests. So that's how it
Is this
works.
similar to Centro Holistico Integrative as well?
No, that one's really different. That one
Okay.
is more conventional, but I have tried to train my doctors. Our doctors are all specialists. We have two pediatricians, a family medicine doctor, and an internist. Our internist just passed the board, so now he's a rheumatologist. So yeah,
Mm,
we have four
that's
specialists there.
interesting.
Our
That's very
service is 24/7.
interesting.
It's
Can you please let us
24/7, seven
know
days a
how
week.
do we text? Is
Ah,
that Are we going to
uh,
pay something like that?
yeah.
How
The
do we
the
pay?
currently our business model is we go B2B. We contact groups of people, and then we sign them in as a group. We as of yet we don't do retail. We don't do one by one. But yeah, but maybe we can discuss how we can do this. Maybe in your group,
Okay.
yeah, maybe we can
Yeah.
provide you this service because it's really cheap. It's really
Exactly.
affordable.
That's one
It's
thing I'm
really, really affordable.
interested about. Doc, we have members from
Mm,
all over the Philippines, and we have
mm.
members from different countries as well. They are some of them are owners of their businesses. So I don't know, it may be helpful to them as well to do that. Do you do that? I mean, can you cater to other countries as well if they text you?
As of now, no, because the medical license doesn't
Ah, okay,
uh,
okay, okay. So for Philippines
cross the
alone.
country, just the Philippines, Filipinos
Okay.
only.
But that's
So
kind of
telemedicine,
interesting.
in general, telemedicine, it's not designed to replace actual physical
Yeah.
consultations with a doctor. It's just the next best thing. And the thing with us, we don't try to force a diagnosis. If our doctors feel that the doctor still needs to listen to your lungs, or the doctor still needs to see your wound or whatever, we will not force it. The doctor
Mm-hmm.
will tell you you have to go to your nearest doctor, nearest hospital.
But how does
So
it work,
that's
Doc? So I text you.
you just text the number, and then our staff will call you back. Get some qualifiers and check if you are indeed. It's a subscription based. If you are included in the list, in a
And
group that is already subscribed.
okay, so I need to
Mm.
subscribe first to something.
Yes, as a group. That's
As a
but there are,
group,
yeah.
okay.
Eventually, we plan to go on to accept individual
Is it
signups
already running right
soon, maybe.
now? Not yet.
It is running. We've been in the industry for going on 4 years now. But
So
the
for
company,
example, I'm quite
uh,
interested about it. For example, the
mhm.
community signs up to that. Do we have to what's the process? I just
Oh,
wanna I'm curious about it.
the process is just we get a list of names from you, and then
Okay.
from that list of names we have a charge per person, and then we bill you, and
Okay.
then that's it. From the list, you will have a 1 year coverage of unlimited 24/7 consults,
Is
24/7
it
unlimited medical
subscription
consults.
based?
It's an annual thing.
Oh, all right, all right.
Just to give you an idea, we the cost starts at 600 per person per year.
That's so
It's really, I told you,
cheap.
it's really cheap. Yes, it's really
Oh my
cheap.
goodness, come on guys, let's
Uh,
sign up. I'd love to have
so,
that because I always think of beneficial for the members, Doc. You know what? Here in our
mm,
community, just to give you a background, why I'm so interested.
mm,
Once an attendee or a member signs up for the training that we provide here, and it's also
mm,
cheap, just like what you are offering. We
mm.
provide them a 1 year accident insurance too. I mean, as part of the payment that they
Oh,
do for
I
the
see.
training.
Okay.
So that's why I'm interested whenever there's beneficial for our members because I'm not into money. You know, I don't care if
Mm,
I'm
mm,
going to earn something or what. But the thing
mm,
is, if there's something that they can, they can enjoy, I'll be proud to hear my members say, if you're a member of the Philippine Home-based Virtual Assistant, when you attend the training, you have an automatic 50,000 worth
yes.
of accident insurance. Plus, there's blood. I
Telemedicine
think
coverage, yes.
I think I can include that doc
That's
in the
it.
training attendees. Oh my goodness. Are you excited, guys? Tell me if you're into it and I'll be glad to have this in our community. I love this because
Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
bringing more
Thank you.
benefit to us, guys. I just want to
Yes.
hear your votes, guys, if you'd love this because I'm into it. 600
Yeah.
pesos for a year, is that correct?
Per year. We start with that, yes, with that amount. So
What
imagine that 600 per
600?
person per year, and that's unlimited.
Yeah. And
Imagine
that's
if,
24/7, right? I mean
yes,
24/7.
24/7, even on holidays.
You can ask
Um,
for what do you call this? You can ask for guidance like, Doc, I have this and that. What do you think I should
yes,
be?
yes,
Come
yes.
on, guys.
So,
This is very smart.
imagine this just to show to share a very common medical problem that we get. Let's say
Yes, Doc.
fever of
Yeah,
three
yeah, yeah.
days. Let's compare it to you going to the hospital or to your doctor, versus our telemedicine way.
Yes,
And you have fever for
exactly.
3 days. You go to your doctor or you call our doctors. The doctor will ask medical questions. If you go to a clinic, maybe they'll do some physical examinations. But the end of the consult, the doctor will ask you to do a CBC with platelet count and the urinalysis at the very least.
Yeah,
And then we'll
yeah.
tell
That's
you,
an that's an SOP, I think.
yes, have these things done first, and then you go back to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say
Wait
you
for
go
the
to
results.
yes. So you go home, or you go to the lab, and then you have your blood test. tested, and you get your urine sample tested. And then you go back again to your doctor's clinic, and the doctor will read to you the results. So imagine you went to your doctor twice,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So
Agony,
you missed work
agonizing feeling.
you missed work twice, maybe two
Yeah,
half
that's true.
days, especially if your doctor, you have a very long waiting time for your doctor. So you missed 2 days
Yes.
of work already. Now, if you go to if you use your service, you call us, we get some questions. We will give you an e-request. So we send it through email usually, or if you don't have email, the most popular here is Facebook because Facebook is Messenger is free. So we send a
Mm-hmm.
request there. And then if you don't have time to leave the house, you can even call. You can call. There are companies that they go to you. They get a sample of your blood. They get a
Doc, I'd
sample of
love to be
your.
the first community to do this for the members. I'd love to
Yes.
have this. Come
So
on,
because
guys, raise your hands.
when the results are in, the doctors will read it the same way. When we read it, oh, we can see from the CBC, oh, I think your platelet count is a bit low. I think you need to be admitted. Number one.
Yeah,
Number two, I think you have urinary tract infection. You have
you have to be
infection in your urine.
admitted.
I think you need these antibiotics. So we can write just antibiotics. Or the infection in your urine is really, really high. I think you need to be admitted. So the same thing if you go
So
to the doctor in the
nice.
clinic. So it's very, very convenient. Very, very
Yeah.
convenient.
I
Especially for
mean,
people. Yeah. Yeah.
how do you do
Go
the
ahead.
testing? How do you do the testing?
I would just give
Wh-
out the request, but you have to go to the laboratory,
to
or
the
you have
lab.
to the lab, yes, or unless you have a there's this company here, several companies that they go to your homes and then get these tests done. That you don't
Is
need to
that
leave.
part of it?
No, it's not part of it. I'm sorry. It's just a
Okay,
consult.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, that's already a big thing for us, guys. I mean, I would love to have this. If we can push through with a partnership, please let me know, the dear members of
Mm,
this community, because essentially health is something that we have to really invest on. Our health is very important. You want to be
mm,
healthy for your family, so this is a very convenient way for us to have a checkup, a checkup, especially for our kids. For example,
mhm.
I am the one who signed up. Can I have my daughter or my kids be checked, or does it have to
We
be?
we have a group package. So we don't call it a family package because some people they're single, right? So they don't have an
Yeah,
immediate
yeah.
family with them. So we call it a group package. So it depends on the term. So yeah, this has to be
Okay.
discussed. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm okay
Mm-mm.
with that. At least we have an
Mhm.
idea. If I am an individual, at least I would have to pay 600 only for myself. Is that correct?
Yes, correct,
So, guys,
correct.
I have a project now to do. I just need your support on this. I love this idea, but of course, I would love to hear from your end, so that I can continue with this. I think this is best to offer for those who will be attending the training as part of their benefits as well. Let me see. After that, I'm kind of interested with that, Doc. Let's have a talk about that. Number eight, how can this be beneficial? If you've already mentioned that. All
Mhm.
right, I think we're about to end here. What advice can you give to you can give us, Doc, to keep our mind, body, spirit probably healthy?
I think the simplest advice that I can give, because there's so many things that people need to know to be healthy, right? At least the one that I'm
Exactly.
going to ask from everyone is just be
Yeah.
mindful and aware of what you eat, what you do, how you do it, how you eat. Those
Yeah.
things. Just be mindful. And not just what to eat and what to do, even if how you talk to people, how you converse with clients, how you
Yeah.
handle situations. So it's very simple. Be mindful of everything. So yeah, so that's it.
Thank you, Doc, so much. But before we leave, I would just love to read the comments of our members.
Mm-hmm.
Marie Mascarina, she mentioned that
Hi,
there
Marie.
is a Salcedo market which is open every Saturday and Sunday. They
Yes,
sell
yes, I've been.
organic
I've been
fruits.
there. It's
Yeah,
great. It's great. Yeah.
exactly. I saw that also once, but because I live in Santa Rosa, I can't go
Mm-hmm.
regularly. And
Yeah.
then Joe Butaran. Joe says veggies will be trucked in on Friday, February 28, 2020, and will be available between 7 a.m. onwards and again on Saturdays and Sunday. at the old Manila Eco Market, Rizal Park in Manila. So if for
Oh,
those who
wow.
are, yeah, at least we're
Near
getting
that area.
information, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Joy
helpful. Thank
Belmont.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Joy Belmonte. Wow, count me in. I think she's mentioning it about the telehealth thing. Do you have that here in Naga City? I think Joy, this is something like it's mobile,
National.
right?
As long
It's
as
a
you have
national,
signal.
yeah. Again,
Yeah.
Joy Belmonte, super excited. Ma'am Dolores, please don't call me ma'am, just call me Dolores. Marie Mascareña, have you seen the patient before they subscribe? Do you actually see or check the, siguro ang tanong niya, do you check in the patient before subscribing to telemedicine? No
No,
need.
no. You don't need to. No need. Yeah.
And Jobutaran, super convenient. Very excited for this. And I really hope we can be a partner with this kind of services that we can provide for the members of this community. All right. No more comments, Doc. Thank you so much for joining me
Oh,
today.
thank you
And
for having me. It's really a pleasure.
yeah, it's
Yes.
refreshing to hear other side of discussion because I always talk about working from home, these
Mm-hmm.
things and this that. At least now we have to be very focused on our health, guys. You start immediately because we're not getting any younger. That's one thing that I can
Correct.
say.
Correct.
We're not
Mm.
getting any younger, and it's really time for us to really keep moving. I
Yes.
do 15-minute exercises just to reflect or to pump up myself first, and then eventually I'll
Get the blood pumping. Yes.
exactly, and then moving to
Mm.
20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to push yourself, you like what you
Correct.
told us, diba? When you mentioned something,
Just start to move. Is that it?
y- let your body speak, something like that. When we had
Listen.
your
Listen to your body.
listen to your body,
Listen to your
listen to your
body.
body.
If you feel that your body can take more, then do more. If you're tired, then rest. If you're
Yes,
hungry, then eat. You know.
exactly.
If you're full, then stop eating. So
Slowly,
listen. Yeah. Listen to your body.
slowly but surely, that's one thing that
Mm-hmm.
I'm also following through, and it will really bring a difference to you. I can assure you because I'm feeling it right now. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for gracing our interview, for being with us today, and hopefully we can be partners with the telehealth thing. I'm really excited. I hope our members will be pushing me to say go ahead for it. Thank you so much,
Yeah, yeah.
doctor.
Thank you. Also, more power
Again,
to your show. More power to your show,
thank you.
Dolores.
We'll have you more often if we can, please. And
Of
please
course,
visit
of
Dr.
course.
Ryan. Yeah, go to their website, centroholistico.com. Is that correct? Triple W.
CentroHolisticoPH.com. Again, that's www.centroholisticoph.com. Or you can just
There,
Google
that's the
Centro
website.
Holistico. It will come
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Just visit their website and get an
yes.
idea how to live a healthy life the right way.
The right
Okay.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, we can still have that medication, but if you want that medication be removed little by little, you have to do something. Okay, so thank you. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and God bless us all. See you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.